Welcome back, YouTubers. This is going to be a review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection by Hasbro figure of Lord Drakkon, aka, and major spoiler alert, Evil Tommy. Now, Drakkon was created by the Boom Studio Comics. He was the first antagonist of the series that wasn't Rita. And honestly, a really interesting one, considering he's basically a Ranger gone bad in an alternate timeline that's a few years ahead of ours, at least 10 or so. I find that extremely interesting, especially because this version of him is a fusion of his original Green Ranger powers and the White Ranger powers. But let's get into the figure. Now, for a comparison of a figure I own of the same character, this is the Tommy that, or more precisely, the Burai figure from the Japanese SH Figure Art line. As you can see, this one is slightly smaller, though that makes sense. If the guy's 10 years older, he would be. But something I should also note is the Dragon Dagger, or Zusoken, they're the same size. Now, this one is much more detailed in the painting, while as opposed to the one for Drakkon, not as much. But then again, this figure is far, far less expensive than an SH Figure Art. These ones cost like $20 or so. A figure like an SH is usually in the 40s or more. Though they do also have a lot more parts, more posability, and better joints in my opinion. But let's continue. Now, this one comes with only a few accessories, as I mentioned. First, it's got some closed fists. Pretty simple. An effect of an energy discharge, which has a small cut right here, so you can clip it to the end of the blade. This looks more like a blast that's being intercepted or caught than something being fired out by the dagger itself. Plus, it's blue. But anyway, yeah. And of course, the one thing I'm not as thrilled about, these human faces. They're decent enough, but they always have a slightly uncanny valley thing going. It's not quite right. Don't know what it is. This one's also got some good detailing in the little goldish colored markings on his face where he's been contaminated by having too much power. Though in the comics they were purple, that may just be artistic license for the figure. Anyway, but as for the figure itself, also, this base is not part of the figure, it's just something I bought. It's a NECA brand figure. They fit right about where they should. This one's got some good joints. Ball joint here, double ratcheted elbows, and same for the knees and waist. It's also got a double joint, one here and one here in the back, so he can be jointed enough or twisted into a fairly good number of poses, which I do like and appreciate. Those kinds of things are stuff that a lot of American figures don't have these days, and it annoys me to no end that they don't. Also, I like the detailing on the design of Drakkon. The half triangles here that are kind of reminiscent of the boots on him, as well as the gauntlets. I also like that his dragon armor and shield are combinations of the White Ranger and Green Ranger designs and symbols. Plus the helmet is also pretty cool, as it's another fusion. The only downside I have with this is I don't know why there is so much green for the trim. I kind of think it would have looked better if the boots and or belt were black, but I could be wrong. Either way, it's a pretty good figure, and I do like it a lot. I also like the fact that this figure is comparable in size to these ones, so you can use them in similar setups. So if you're looking for additional figures for your SH Figure Arts to be used with, because sadly they stopped doing the Ranger ones a long while back, or if you need to fill in, like I did for a character you're missing, these are good alternatives. Now, one thing I'll mention is they don't stand up great on their own. They do if it's perfectly level, but I recommend getting a base. These NECA ones are fairly cheap. They're not the perfect one, but they fit reasonably well, and there's a 5mm, I believe, pinhole in the bottom of the feet on both ends, so you can pin it there and keep them upright. It works pretty well. Now, as for the box, I do like this side view here, as well as the half one here where it wraps around to the front. Quite nice. I also like that there's a nice display here, though I wish they would show more than just this. One thing I've noticed about the Japanese figure boxes is they frequently show a lot more dynamic posing. Though I will tell you that getting the dagger into this hand is rather tricky. It's really tightly closed. You're better off putting it in the other, as it's a little wider and a lot easier to get stuff into. Plus, there's nothing else really in the box. Just so you know, there is no special or hidden things that I've been able to find in any of these. It's just an inside board and an inside insert. So, nothing special inside. And all in all, that's fine. Though I do kind of wish there was a little something more. I've heard that some of the special Hasbro ones come with a special collector's card inside, which would be nice if they included them with the regular ones, but I'm not going to shell out a lot of extra money just to get it from Hasbro directly. All in all, it's a good figure. Definitely worth getting, even if you're not getting the whole series, because, like I said, this is a unique character. He's not in anything but the Boom Comics Power Rangers. And I'm interested to see if they'll do more with him in the future. Probably will, though that's probably just going to be the evil Tommy and not this armored version, as it's been destroyed at this point. But you never know, could make a comeback. But anyway, please like, subscribe, comment below, share this video with your friends, and for comments, please use my Twitter handle below, and I will see you all the next time around. Ciao.